Welcome back to the Ultimate Pool Pairs Cup. All right, what a prize on offer for these two pairings as John Roberts breaks us off. Because these two pairings now have an opportunity with a win here to knock out the two bookies' favourites. The only way Sean Storey and Chris Day and Ian Hay and Kyron Wilson stay in is with a draw in this match. Either of these pairs gets a win and they have got 1 foot in the next round. Huge, huge prize on offer. And if you offered both of these pairings that before tonight, they would have snapped your hand off.
Red on the right-hand side is the key. This goes in. It's all there. Didn't cue that one particularly well. Might be an opportunity straight away to actually break out the two yellows here. Can you get to the centre of the cube or play yellow left centre, screw across the table and pop them open? Or, well, actually you don't need to. It's not required. Yellow drops in the centre. That's what they're looking at here. The other yellow comes bottom right, big pocket. Red below the 8 ball. They're just having a little look out. I think they'd love it to go bottom left. I'm not sure if it does. I'm not sure it goes bottom right now either. Well, it didn't before, but that's the one they got to think about.
Yeah, a lot of work to do here. This frame by no means over. Precise shot. This requires a very precise shot.
Yeah, they could have got rid of the... I know I was suggesting they played a developing shot which wasn't required, but they could have played it slower. Just potted the yellow below the 8 ball with that very first shot. And then if they control the route from there, the left centre of pocket would have been open. They wouldn't have been in the position they're in now. So the plan to deal with the right-hand side was good, but maybe missed a trick that's coming back to bite them.
Oh, it went... I did not think it went there. Actually, if it went there...
I didn't think it went either.
You had a case for getting a bit lower.
Yellow off red is what he's looking at.
This is a big shot. Not to be. Just get the sense that this match could get very, very edgy. Because this is all, it's almost a de facto semi-final really for the group. Win this, you only need a draw in your last game.
It's such a big match for, it always is match 4.
But for these two pairs particularly, you wouldn't have had, they'd have had hopes, but they certainly wouldn't have had any expectations of qualifying through. Sean Storey and Chris Day were pretty heavy favourites for this group.
Extension call.
Win for either of these two pairs knocks out the other two. Sean and Chris and Ian and Kyron will just be hoping that this goes tit for tat for as long as possible.
Always love this, the debrief after the frames.
Small Tiger with a big break.
What a break.
That's a monster of a break. Small Tiger baring his teeth with that one. I want to talk a little bit about Morocco whilst we've got Oussama at the table. Based in London now, but originally from Morocco, and he'll be there himself at the World Championships in a couple of weeks. Really looking forward to that World Championships.
Yeah, really is. It's great to see it travelling around, and Morocco should be a lot of fun. Always great to see the teams in action, and of course the individual titles as well.
Got last year's finalist with us tonight as well in Chris Day. Of course, this is the first World Championships that I've played to international rules, which is
true. Yeah,
a huge, huge moment for these WPF World Championships.
Got to be precise here. If he goes even a hint past straight, could get awkward getting on the 8-ball. So just wants to make sure he stops just short of it so he can pull back.
Lovely work from Oussama Masskini. Best visit of the night, I think, for the Masskini-Miah partnership. Very, very clinical.
Goes back, tries to tee his partner up. You've got this.
James came into this as a sort of a rookie, essentially. He's won some local competitions in London, but a County B player, which plenty can relate to. It's never easy. One thing you would say for James is he's looked really comfortable out there, which you could argue is probably the hardest thing, actually.
It looked like he's cued with positivity, cued it well. Just lost himself on the cue ball and route a couple of times, but 8-ball, there we go. Wow.
Golden break for the Welsh boys. Liam Roberts. And that 8-ball was completely stationary until the very end. Wow. Sickner.
Yeah, it is. We were just talking about how James might go out there. He was not going to touch the table. Golden break stops them in their tracks, and Roberts back in front.
And you just feel a little bit there for the Small Tiger in particular, because he's just played an unbelievable clearance. Really, really good. Fantastic break and run. And then Lewis Roberts, with one fell swing of his cue, puts his team back in front. 2-1 then. To the Scotch we go. James, I tell you what, speaking of breaks,
He's hit everyone.
His break has been huge this evening.
He's hit it well tonight. He really has.
He's got a cannon. Londoners at the table again. Ooh, not quite.
That was a really good chance. Everything was on, everything was open. Yellows are tricky here, so they have hope to get back to the table. There's not really an opening pot on certainly not one that you'd fancy taking on. So maybe a loss of turn, maybe a tactical shot.
That was tough. What have they left?
I think there's one to the top right that just needs to be cued in. It will feel like, it should feel like a frame winner. Yeah, tried to roll it in, but had to be precise with it. One bit queuing and that would have been a frame, but still not easy here for Roberts and Roberts.
Roberts squared. Having some fun with me earlier. Asked if there was any relation. No, no, no. And then when the interview rolled along, treat themselves as brothers. Rapid Roberts has got a shot to play here. That's not quite gone right. Again, this just goes back and forth. Pumps in a long one.
That was positive. Still got to deal with the two yellows here, though. The top one goes down to bottom right. They just haven't got the angle to get to it.
They're looking at clipping. No, going bottom left.
Yeah, coming up the table, then to go back down.
Oh, well. Tough. Don't think Liam Roberts can believe he's gone that far.
Yeah, significantly overhit. But even then, he's shocked he went that far. Well, 7:37 left to go. These are wide open now on reds. This is what they would have had previously, had that pot to the corner gone. Slightly awkward. They really want the red to right centre to be the last ball. They've not quite got hold of the cue ball to make that happen, and now they're going to leave the one up the table. So no guarantees to get nicely on the 8 ball here, but there's still loads and loads of room. Yeah, and I like that. Drop it in, and now the 8 ball goes bottom right corner. Just natural 2 cushions.
There we go, 2-2, and hope for Sean Storey and Chris Day, and Ian Hay and Kyron Wilson. It's not over yet, this. It is not over yet. Both of those two pairs, remember, need a draw from this game. And, well, that is very much not out the question. We could be in for a box office finish here. Oh, John Roberts can't get his break to work. Feel for him a little bit. He's hit that cut break pretty well all night. Not really had much by way of actual results.
Not particularly good layout here. I think the yellow above the right centre pocket goes off the red, so that opens up those. So can you take a yellow and get going? Doesn't look like there is one on, so we'll feel forced into reds, which aren't nice.
Oh, well, they're even worse now. If you're James Miah, that's gone all wrong. Oussama Masskini with what looks like the start of an interrogation.
So he's going to deal with the yellows on the right-hand side. I'd be more tempted to deal with the yellow on the left-hand side. It's not that difficult to get here for that one. That was more available. The one on the left is a little bit trickier to get to with the red, so I might have been tempted to start there. Back yourself to get onto the one he's just played.
If he just replaces that yellow, just goes into it.
Very well worked out. The fact that he knew he was leaving that angle to then bump into this to open it up, very good.
Yeah.
And now they are all there.
But up it stays. This is going to turn into a really dramatic game because you're almost watching it and you don't trust either pairing.
Oh, I'm keeping half an eye on that clock as well here. Sort of almost want a lesser turn here, but it's hard to find it in a good way. So may just back himself to find the route, find the finish. Got to break out the bad ball on the right-hand side. He's got the angle to do that now. Play into the cushion. Almost hit the cushion on the break line. Have them both come out. I missed it.
Oh, there's some mileage in this frame. Keep an eye on that clock.
He
3 minutes.
He might be able to play the loss of turn in a better way now. Pick your spot on the bottom cushion. You've got the red and 8 ball blocking one red and make the other reds block the other. Or just make the combination shot like it's nothing. Excellent.
He's still got work. He's still got work. 2 minutes and 30. And ticking. Right at the top of the table is still a big problem. The next shot isn't easy either.
That was a bit of a nothing shot. Really didn't play on either ball. Unless does the red double. He's played on the double here. Does go through the gap.
Does it. Oh, James Miah is going to keep on digging.
Does that pass to the top right? I think it does. He's got the angle to come up for the double. It is tight, but I think it goes.
1 minute and 50. Misses. Back comes John Roberts. Chance to put his team in front. He has a look at the clock here. He can chew a good bit of it. And he has the break next. Or does he? Not sure. Come back to that in a moment. He's at the table anyway now for the time being.
Yeah, he should get these. He knows that. That's why he's now clock managing. He knew that when he came to the table. It was fairly routine for him. So he wants to make sure there's as little time left on this as possible.
Well, here we go. How much time are you going to leave on the clock? It'll be about 30 seconds. He's managed this really well, John Roberts. Must make this ball, though. And make it he does. 30 seconds, maybe even it's 29. It will now need to be a record-breaking clearance or a golden break. Because it will be the Masskini-Miah pairing who do have the next break. Oussama Masskini absolutely clubbed his last one. Ian Roberts can't watch.
That's so
can't
good.
watch.
That is so good.
29 seconds. Oh, that's a great split.
He can do this.
Get your skates on, Oussama.
Oh, he's taking too long. He just got to go.
Red ball's in play.
Yeah, you got to fly, fly, fly. Just not enough time in the end, and it's a huge win for the Roberts pairing. They just needed that little bit more time, but the Welsh boys have got 1 foot in the next stage. What a result.